Hey guys, Doors Theory here, and in today's video we're heading deep into the abandoned office of Rooms Revisited, taking a close look at every entity currently in the game as of July 2025. For those who don't know, Rooms Revisited is a horror game built in Roblox. You take on the role as a human explorer who finds themselves stuck in an eerie, collapsing office that has 300 numbered rooms. Each door you push through leads you further into the unknown and towards a mysterious ending. That's still confusing to many players. Every entity lines up with a door where it starts to appear more often. Like A60, you'll almost never see it before door 60, but after that point, it becomes way more common. The facility itself is dark and weirdly quiet until it's not. Along the way, you'll come face to face with creatures that test your speed and your instincts. In this video, we'll be covering every entity that currently exists in the game, complete with survival tips, warnings, and how they behave. We won't go too deep into the lore yet, that's for a whole different video, but for now, let's focus on the gameplay side of things, and make sure you're fully prepared to deal with everything the game has. This guide is up to date as of July 2025, so if you're watching this later on and new creatures have been added, don't worry. I'll be doing another updated video if that happens. So with that said, let's begin. The first entity you're likely to encounter is Locker Mimic, also known as A70. And if you're not paying attention, it might confuse you at first, but it's not that hard. This one hides inside random lockers and punishes players who panic hide without thinking. The second you open a locker with it inside, it lunges at you, and unless you run to a different locker quickly, it will begin to chase you, and you can't outrun it for long. You don't have much time. The moment it jumps out, you need to run to another locker nearby and hide, or just run away from it. Once you're inside a safe one, it gives up and goes away, but if you hesitate even for a second, it's game over. The trick here is never rush to hide. Always listen first, always check inside the closet, and never assume any locker is safe. Locker Mimic has 3 different badges. The first one is this locker's already occupied, and you earn it by opening a locker that's already taken by the Mimic, which causes it to get enraged. The second is Leave Me Alone, awarded for those who actually survive an encounter with the Locker Mimic. The third one is Lockerless Badge.png, one of the hardest to earn because you get it by finishing the game without using a single locker in the whole run, meaning you would have to try to hide in other places that are safe. If you don't know these steps, the following jump scare will occur. A25. This entity is more of a hazard than a direct threat. A25 is known as Warp. It usually spawns in the center of a room and just kinda floats there. If you make contact with it, you'll be knocked back and lose some health. The punishment isn't huge, but it can become a problem in tight corridors. If you're rushing, just walk around it and keep going. It's more about positioning and awareness than anything else. A25 has 2 badges. The first one is a portal has appeared. You get it by surviving your first encounter with A25. The easiest entity badge to earn because A25 just floats there and knocks you back if you touch it. The second badge is easy. You get this one by standing A25's pull for 30 seconds straight. But if you can last the full half minute without dying, you unlock it. It's more of a test of patience than danger. If you don't follow these steps, the following jump scare will occur. Lurk Mask. This entity is different from the others. Its main purpose is to frighten the players as it deals no damage. Its appearance is that of a pale white face with mismatched black and white eyes, both wide open and unsettling. It always smiles, with one of its front middle teeth noticeably longer than the others. It doesn't do anything except jump scares, so with this one, just don't worry about it. Continue to run as normal. Finally, Lurk Masks give you the badge, "Gotcha, did I scare you?" when you encounter them. Usually when you get jump scared by him, this one is more about trying to encounter him than skill. But it still gives you the badge, which is good. Here is the following jump scare if you haven't seen it. A60 is one of the most iconic entities in Revisited, also known as Multi-Monster. It's very loud, fast, and deadly. A60's body consists of constantly shifting faces, a combination of 6 overlays that merge and cycle to create an animation. This entity emits red light and a trailing red particles as it moves through the rooms. You'll know it's coming when you start hearing a faint static building up in the background. When you do, don't wait immediately. Get into a locker, but watch out for the locker mimic. Once it passes, wait for a second or two before leaving. Sometimes it makes a return trip or leaves a vocal trail. If you hear a distorted voice, then you are safe. The key is not to jump out the second it zooms past. A60 has one badge, and it's called Move In at the Speed of Light, and you earn it by surviving A60 rush through the rooms. If you don't follow these steps, the following jump scare will occur. A90. This one's brutal. If you're not focused, A90 is also known as Samuel. It's a cryptic monochrome face that has a red background with it. It appears with no warnings and flashes. A massive red face on your screen, and your only job is to stop moving instantly. Do not even touch your mouse or keyboard during the jump scare. Any small movement will result in damage or worse, death. If it tests your reflexes in a split-second approach. The safest approach, be ready, keep your fingers off the keyboard between rooms, and if you expect it the moment it disappears, you can continue, but one wrong movement and it's likely over. A90 also has a single badge called Stay Still, and you get it simply by surviving an encounter with A90. Since A90 demands fast reflexes and complete stillness, earning this one proves that you can handle that type of gameplay. If you don't follow these steps, the following jump scare will occur. A90B, also what I like to call procedure. This name isn't official, but I like calling it that. A90B is like A90 but as a twist. A90B as a grinning version of A90, the player's vision will turn dark, leaving only the UI visible. You'll be walking through a room when text flashes on your screen. Halt means stop moving immediately. Proceed means go forward. But the game might switch these back and forth quickly, trying to trick you into making a mistake. This one's all about your reading speed and reaction control. Move when told, stop when told. You mess up once, and the punishment is likely fatal. A90B, the rarer variant, rewards the badge the Sea Waves once. If you manage to survive your first encounter with it, it's harder to find and deadlier. So this badge is harder than A90, but not too hard. If you don't follow these steps, the following jump scare will occur. This one of the trickier ones. A200 is known as the Smiley scribble. You'll hear a static similar to A60, but this time it sounds like thumping and drumming. It spawns from the front of the room, not behind you. That's your signal to hide in a locker before it appears. But please watch out for locker mimic. It would slowly pass through the rooms, but wait, once it passes, it always says something cryptic, like forgot something. And that's your hint that it's coming back for a rebound. Stay hidden. After that second run, you'll hear a loud decaying noise. Once that plays, you're safe to come out. Don't jump out of the locker too quickly because people lose runs to A120 by exiting too early. A200 has a badge called Change in Perspectives, which unlocks when you survive an encounter with it. A200 is much further into the game. Getting this badge is also not too hard. You have to get further in the game and encounter it. If you don't follow these steps, the following jump scare will occur. And that's every entity currently in the room revisited as of July 2025. Some are loud and aggressive, others are quiet and don't do damage, but every single one of them is designed to scare you and force you to think, not just react. The further you go, the more harder it gets, as more entities start spawning, making the game more challenging. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I've got plenty more breakdowns, theory dives, and hidden detail videos coming soon. So if you found this helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to Doors Theory. We've still got a lot more videos about rooms revisited and doors like lore, breakdowns, and theories. I'll be right here covering it all. Thanks for watching. This was Doors Theory, where every door opens another mystery.